The reason your house isn't selling is probably your agent. I'm going to help you identify what's wrong and how to fix it. There are 7 things the average agent gets wrong, and number 6 is a doozy. Lame agents will push listings live with bad or low quality photos. What I mean by that is they'll take their pictures late at night without the lights even on or in the middle of the day and color grade everything so it's totally blown out. Your photos should be taken with a professional camera, not an iPhone, shot about chest height from the corner of the room, showing really the true size of the space, ideally right at golden hour. So like 30 minutes after sunrise or before sunset. That's when lighting looks the most favorable. If your agent did take photos in the middle of the day and everything looks just kind of washed out, head over to boxbrownie.com. Totally not sponsored or anything, just a tool I personally pay for and use. They have some like dawn to dusk type editing that can at least make your listing stand out from the crowd. Lying agents will buy your listing. What that means is they'll promise a sales price that's astronomical and simply not realistic, capitalizing quite frankly on your greed. So if you've had an agent suggest you list substantially higher than what you thought was realistic, or you're having to price drop over and over and over again, chances are they bought your listing. Your property should be priced respective to its condition and what similar properties like it are listed at, pending for, and have sold at. What something sold for back in 2020 is irrelevant to what your house is going to sell for now. You need to look at not only what's listed, what you're competing with, but what's gone under contract. What is the market actually looking for and at what price point? We can play the victim and say, well, they told me it should go for this much. But if you have an ugly house from the 1970s that's never been remodeled, assuming you're going to get Zestimate for it was just greedy. Loser agents will protect their ego instead of providing exceptional service. One of the best tests that you can put an agent through is to call one of their existing listings and act like a semi-interested but probably not qualified buyer and see how do they treat you. If they don't have any other listings, that might be a red flag, but what you're probably going to find is they try to push you off the phone or don't really dive in to figure out what you're looking for or if they can serve you. If your house isn't selling and you've asked for honest feedback and their advice is things like, well, the market's just tough right now, or you see them get defensive, like, well, I'm doing everything I can, that's a red flag. It only takes one person to buy your house. When we sold our home in Florida, we had one offer from one buyer, and that was who ended up closing, but it took a lot of work on the real estate agent's part to not only talk me into it, but get it across the finish line. It started out as a contingent offer, meaning they had to sell their home in order to buy mine. After him pushing, prodding, connecting them to his lender, he was able to actually get them qualified to buy our home as a secondary residence while they waited for theirs to sell. Lazy agents don't do any marketing at all. They end up getting the listing agreement, they get the photos done, they push it out to the MLS, it hits Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, they sit back, cross their arms and just pray that it sells. The reality is you have to work harder to sell homes in 2025 than you did back in 2020. That means pulling things like what agents have had listings that have closed in that zip code this year, picking up the phone, emailing, smiling, and dialing. It might mean spending a couple $100 doing just listed postcards to the entire neighborhood, or even running some social media ads to get more eyeballs on your place. Now, agents that don't do any marketing in the comments are going to get all up in their feelings of like, well, I shouldn't have to spend my dollars to sell somebody else's house, but that's what we're in the business of doing, is marketing properties in order to get them sold. Lousy agents don't understand repairs or property conditions and how it translates to what a home should sell for. These agents will look at what Zillow is. Yes, I've had agents tell me what the Zestimate for a property is, or they'll look at a tool like Realist and they'll just say, this is what the property should sell for, without taking into account the fact that it needs substantial repairs. Whether we like it or not, the condition a property is in, the fit and finish of the workmanship, and the quality of the interior design is often going to play a massive role in how fast something sells and if it sells for a premium or not. It might be painful to admit right now, if your house isn't selling, that it's outdated, maybe a little bit ugly, and the sponge painting you did in orange on red back in 2001 is no longer in style. Laughable agents don't even answer their phone. It kind of goes back to like what I mentioned with secret shopping the agent, but if they're not reachable to you as a client, you can pretty much bet they're not going to be reachable to buyers that are interested in your place. Unfortunately, the listing agent kind of acts as the gatekeeper to your property, and if nobody can get a hold of them, nobody can buy your house unless they're beating down the door for it. The fact of the matter is most buyers in 2025 have a little bit of cold feet. Not only do you have to be able to answer the phone, you've got to have great bedside manner, or as my buddy puts it, give good phone. Your agent should be reassuring, calm, and reachable. They might need to help somebody get pre-approved or jump through some hoops in order to get that transaction across the finish line. Lethal agents just do no follow-up. I call them lethal because they're literally killing your chances at selling that property. Your agent should be following up with every single realtor that schedules a showing at your property to see how it went and bring back to you actionable feedback. If they're telling you, everybody says it's great, everybody says it's priced well, they need to dig in more and do some more follow-up. As the owner of the property, you might have to encourage them to do some follow-up. Hey, can we follow up with everybody that's been through? They said it's great. Okay, why did they not put an offer in? Can you ask their agent in order to get you actionable feedback to ultimately get the home sold? Salty agents that have clients whose houses aren't selling are going to watch this video and say, well, they're priced too high or it's the market. The fact of the matter is that ugly houses sell quickly all the time. If your house isn't selling and your agent hasn't said anything that hurts your feelings, chances are they're more interested in people pleasing than getting your place sold. Real estate right now is like one part auction and one part beauty pageant. You have to have a great property priced well in order to attract demand. If you don't have a great property, it has to be priced extremely well in order to sell. If your house isn't selling, you need to take a critical look at your listing and ask yourself why. Did you let somebody talk you into an unrealistic price? Or was it maybe your expectations were 2018, 2019, 2020, and just simply not realistic anymore? Could it be that you have a creepy doll collection that should have been boxed up prior to photos being taken?
Come play with us, Daddy.
If you're on a busy street or have something goofy like a half bath instead of a full in the master, it's going to cost you tens of thousands of dollars when it comes to your resale. The real estate market and the economy are in a tricky place right now, which is why you have to nail all of these variables. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch today's video and hang out with me. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. Again, my name is Ryan Dossey. Talk to you guys next time.